If you thought that Ubisoft couldn't take any bigger L, now Elon Musk has trashed Assassin's Creed Shadows and Hasan in the same process. This is probably the wildest thing I've ever seen on X. This got absolutely out of control yesterday, and they clap back pretty hard, which is pretty interesting on this level. Which is interesting because you rarely see company accounts doing anything like this. Now, that it was pretty funny what they did, but at the same time, it does have greater implications. We're going to cover all of that in just a moment, so please hit the like and subscribe button. Join us here as we talk about all things that are going on in the cultures. Assassin's Creed Shadows is really hot topic right now after Ubisoft launched this multi-million-dollar game, probably $500 million, and looks like it's an abject failure on every single level. It's not doing well. They tried to spin it for the first few days, and we did the whole cycle of grief yesterday, which was pretty funny. If you go check out that video, you can go watch that. But it's really not selling anywhere near what it does need to be a successful game. And this is really because of the diversity, equity, and inclusion stuff in it, where, of course, they put in a black guy into ancient Japan just because they wanted to virtue signal to the BIPOC, Black Lives Matter crowd. And it didn't work out very well for them, really, is what it came down to. It also had a bunch of gay stuff in it, because it always does. And that's where modern entertainment is. And it's just trash. It's just slop at this point. And they're crashing out in real time. All right, so let's get into this here, guys. I am a science fiction and fantasy author, and I would love for you to check out some great storytelling. This is called The Demon's Eye, and I wrote a classic style fantasy for you. It's got a strong male lead. He fights against real evil. It is what you want out of fantasy. You'll love it if you love Conan the Barbarian, all the great sword and sorcery stuff of the past. It's in the description below. You guys have made this an amazing bestseller this month. I appreciate you. So please check it out. It's in the description below. It's only $4.99. It supports our channel and supports alternative culture from what's going on with the corporations like Ubisoft right now. And we're building this. Maybe we'll get some video games eventually. Really appreciate you guys for being here. So Ubisoft got trashed by Elon Musk in this latest Assassin's Creed Shadows release. He described the game as terrible and calls out Hasan Piker, one of the worst people on the internet, as a fraud. And he definitely is a fraud. So this is pretty funny. So Hasan has been posting, playing Assassin's Creed Shadows once more. Get in now for gaming. Buy it here. He's literally posting links to buy the game. And so clearly Hasan's getting paid by Ubisoft. What a dumb move in 2025. You've got a problem with normal people, with the right, the people who voted against all this crap, because that's who a lot of the gamers are. And so you go to this left-wing agitator who says the most ridiculous thing, calls for violence against people to try to promote your game. It's like, you got to be out of your mind. It's very clear that he's a paid shill, because you're not posting links like this unless you are a paid shill. That's just kind of how it works. I mean, just dumb move. This is as dumb as Budweiser getting that transgender dude to go, I love Bud Light. That didn't work out very well for them. But this is what you see. Grums actually says this right here. You can tell a lot about Ubisoft with how much money they're throwing at a terrorist platforming streamer. Oof. Yeah, absolutely. This is just a bad look for them in general. And so Elon Musk immediately responds to this. Pretty interesting. Hasan is a fraud. Now, Hasan had a massive meltdown over this as well. We'll get into it in just a moment. But Ubisoft had their biggest craziness with it, because Elon responded again. He says sellout would be more accurate, and he is. Hasan is a corporate sellout. He has no principles. He's a liar. He just goes on and just says the most horrific things he can just for attention all the time, and that's his entire platform right there. So naturally, Ubisoft would want to sponsor that, right? It's crazy. He says objectively, he is promoting a terrible game just for money. Correct. That's what a sponsorship is at this point. I've been requested to get sponsorships. There's been a lot of companies who've come over here. NVIDIA has been one. Duolingo's been another. And I've just declined them all. And the reason I've declined them all is so I could stay objective and just say what I think and tell the truth about video games, tell the truth about culture. And of course, it's better for me to just be able to promote my own stuff, because that way, I can sell you books too, which I'd rather do, because I'd rather have a direct audience than corporate sponsors anyway. But yeah, we've turned them down left and right over here. And with that, you don't see that at these upper echelons. The people who get kind of like that big area, they have to sell out, because their entire brand is created because they are sellouts. That's why corporate loves them so much, right? They ask you to change whenever you get these kind of sponsorships, and I would never do so. And I'm not a Hasan out there for sure. So Hasan threw a fit and said, And this is it. And he said about Elon, this bee literally paid someone to power level his character in PoE 2. What do you mean I'm a fraud? Elon, I challenge you to a duel in Elden Ring. I will cook your fat rolling ass, he says. Now, Elon, of course, has talked about how he's a top Diablo player and things like that. And in PoE 2, apparently he got caught with this whole situation here. This was going back and forth. There was some drama with Asmongold last year as well with Elon Musk. And it's pretty interesting. Now, of course, it seems like Assassin's Creed Shadows, whoever's running their social media account, is paying very close attention to what Hasan says and actually going in on this as well. So they actually went to try to dunk back on Hasan right here. As you can see, is that what the guy playing your Path of Exile 2 account told you? Of course, just echoing Hasan's talking points right here, right? And so this is very clearly coordinated. You see corporate media coordinating with evil streamers going against Elon, who's just talking about his video game, like just saying it's a terrible game, and everybody knows it's a terrible game. This is not a secret at this point. Pretty wild that Elon chimed in on this. You would not expect him to do so, but he's allowed to have his opinions on video games like anybody else, you'd think. Now, this is a pretty funny social media clapback. It's just because it ties back to what Hasan said, it's obvious that they're coordinating behind the scenes, which makes it interesting. So Elon actually says Hasan is a chicken shit retard. He blocked me. So after challenging him to a duel, right, he actually blocked Elon Musk right here. And there it is. And there's not much he can do on this level. Pretty funny on this that he's blocking Elon Musk while trying to call him out. And he is a chicken. All these people are complete scaredy cats. They cannot talk. They cannot have any kind of dialogue about anything. They're always like this. I've run into this a million times with these fake streamers out there. Happens all the time. They'll block you, and then they'll act like they declare victory on this sort of stuff. It's very, very funny to watch when they never want to actually settle whatever their beef is. And so clearly there's something big going on here. And this is a big problem. Now, Elon has chimed in on Assassin's Creed Shadows before last year. This was Ian Miles Chong who was talking about this, saying there's widespread backlash over the game's DEI. And, of course, he said DEI kills art, and that's absolutely true. And that's exactly what happened here with Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, while this is a pretty funny thing from a corporate account here, and it is, if you look at it, just look at the psychological sort of thing. A corporate official account now is out there telling people who don't like their video games and attacking them personally, right? You get criticism all the time. Game corporate accounts, product corporate accounts, you get criticism all the time from people. Clapping back at a private citizen and all that is something I've rarely seen before. Now, I got attacked very, very hard by Daniel Vavra, the guy who runs Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, when I criticized his game because it had, of course, graphic homosexual underage sex in it, which is disgusting. And because it's disgusting, he went after me personally with a bunch of lies and things like that. Now, he didn't do this from the Warhorse Studios account or the Kingdom Come Deliverance account or anything like that. Kind of makes it a little bit different. As much as it's weird that a developer can't take criticism, it's pretty bad. You can see this is kind of interesting that they used their real account to do this here. Now, Your Church Gaming's actually talked about this and talked about the greater implications of this, which I think is very important to echo here. This is important. What Ubisoft did against Elon today has far deeper implications than just an attempt to ratio someone. It's undeniable evidence that woke activists have completely hijacked that company, using its brands and IPs as weapons against society. That's cultural Marxism. The community managers behind the official Assassin's Creed account on X use their franchise's brand power to attack an individual, a fellow gamer. I won't spend too much time on the fact that these community managers have certainly never created a multi-million-dollar digital payment company, managed the leading automotive company in the Western Hemisphere, or created next-generation aerospace technology. I would honestly be surprised if they built a digital community by themselves from the ground up. But drunk on their left activism, these so-called community managers went against one of the most important figures, not only in the United States of America, but Western civilization. These community managers know that their woke, lame attempt at rewriting history is the butt of a joke in gaming to the community at large. Yes, Assassin's Creed Shadows is a lecture on feminism, LGBTQ propaganda, and critical race theory. It is plain and simple woke slop. Community managers behind the Assassin's Creed account know their game is a flop, and in their desperation, they went for clout by attacking one of the smartest individuals on Earth. You may agree or disagree with Elon, but you cannot deny the fact that he's someone trying to fix the chaos of the unhinged leftism has inflicted on our Western society societies culturally and financially. Ubisoft used its brand as a weapon against this individual, and what's even more hypocritical is weeks ago they threatened legal action. You got to not remember weeks ago, guys. It's the internet here. Against anyone who dared harass the Assassin's Creed Shadows dev team. Ubisoft, you shouldn't be setting the example by not harassing people with your brands and IPs. Very interesting and very hypocritical by them. Absolutely true. If you've read this far, I advance you to cancel every subscription you may have with Ubisoft Plus and refuse to spend a single dime on this woke company. You'll be doing gaming a favor. Absolutely true. This is such an important statement. Great job by Yorch Torch there talking about that. This is pretty wild. I've never seen anything like this ever. I've never seen a corporate account do this, and this is where we're at in gaming now. They hate gamers. That's why they created this game to begin with, because it's all about the modern audiences and getting rid of gamers. And that's where they've been at. That's where their media allies have been at, like Hasan, who on the streaming end, and of course the news outlets like Kotaku and PC Gamer all just push this same agenda with them. They've had the wind at their backs for a long, long time, and nobody pushing back against their just slop that they've been creating. And now they can't handle it, now that people are not afraid to call it out. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for being here. And please check out the Demon's Eye novel. This is a wonderful, wonderful book. If you want a different kind of storytelling that we used to get before DEI and all that, this is the spot for you. Go check it out. It's in the description below. Only $4.99. Supports our channel. Thank you so much, guys. We'll be back soon.